everyone. I hope you are fine. I hope you are doing well. And if you like this type of content whereby we are talking about African success, African failures, holding sellouts accountable, I will appreciate if you can just smash the subscribe button, that like button, like never before. This man you see on the screen here is the man from Burkina Faso, a man who has created or established a tire brand in Burkina Faso. I do want to motivate you, but I don't want to motivate you like many of the motivational speakers that we are used to, because many motivational speakers have messed up with our minds because they've told us that you don't need connection. They've told us that we are lazy. They've told us that, for an example, if things are not working, it's your fault. They've told us that the reason some things are not working for us is because we are not determined enough. But I just want to begin by saying, in each and everything that you do in life, there might be hiccups there and there. There might be hiccups there and there. In other words, difficulties, challenges, and so forth and so forth. And I believe that it might happen that this man that you see on the screen here from Burkina Faso might have come across certain challenges and difficulties in his entire life about business innovation, ideas, trademarks, and those things. But today, when we see him here, we might think everything is easy based on what many people are telling us, because every time when we see this, we think everything is easy. We have to understand that behind every success, there's hard work. But I'm referring to genuine success. I'm not talking about those victories whereby there's a referee who manipulated everything. I'm not talking about those situations. I'm talking about a situation whereby everything is genuine. There's hard work, there's determination, and again, at the same time, there are many failures. So there are many things that we can learn from this man. I always say, if we want to solve the problems of Africa, we should not rely upon other people, but we have to depend upon ourselves, upon our creativity, ideas, thinking capacity, and all those things. So these are the things that we need to focus on. In other words, when it comes to those things that we use daily, we can target those things. In other words, we can manufacture those things that we use daily, or those things that are used by people daily, in order for us to solve our problems such as unemployment, diseases, and many other problems. Because right now, as we speak, Africa is suffering from high unemployment rate. Africa is suffering from poverty and many other things as well. So we can start by using our creativity. In other words, by converting our creativity and skill into serious businesses, because I believe that many Africans are very much creative, but the problem, we don't know how to convert our ideas into serious businesses, because there are stumbling blocks there and there. As I've said, I don't want to motivate you like other motivational speakers. In life, you need a connection. In life, you need to network with somebody else. The reason it's difficult for our people to make it, especially when it comes to business, is because there's a lack of connection. There's a lack of connection. For example, you want to design something and you are able to design that particular thing, but who's going to be your customer? Who's going to be your customer? Who's going to promote that particular item or that particular product? Because most of the things that we want to manufacture, they need a serious a serious funding. This is where you need a fast network. And your first network should be a government, because at the end of the day, it's not all about you, but it's about solving the problems. You want people to get employed. It's not all about your name. Why I say this is because I believe that this young man might have failed several times, but he is fortunate to do this under the leadership of Ibrahim Traore. I'm not saying Ibrahim Traore is the one who funded him, but what I'm just saying is that it can be easy, or it will be easy for him to get a first customer. And that first customer might be the government. Because there are people in our communities who have designed something. But if you go to these private companies, they already have people they are working with. That is why they won't easily allow you into the market. That is why at the end of the day, people are going around telling others that they are lazy. In life, you need connection. So in Africa, our governments should be our first connector. In other words, people who will help us to paint our ideas, who will help us with the trademark of our ideas and everything regarding our business plans and everything. We need government, because a private company or a private bank cannot risk their money into your idea, but government can. In other words, government can if they are serious and if they see that you are going to solve certain problems in their country or in their nation or amongst the people. Just like this young man, you manufacture these tires. So to whom are you going to sell these tires? You need a first customer, because if you go to these private companies, they already have people they are working with. So they might reject your offer irregardless of your quality. They might reject your products irregardless of your quality. But if you approach the government, because when it comes to government, they have multiple vehicles. It can be in army, it can be in security, policing, it can be in health, social activities, and many other things. In other words, they might say, we can accept your tires. Then we are going to be your first customer. We are going to support you. We are going to do we're going to do everything. So that way, then it will be easy for your business to be competitive, and it will be easy for you to employ other people as well, because you already have a customer. Even if the government is not a direct customer, but they have to try by all means to get a connection for you, to finance your business, so that at least you can have customers, so that you can market your product until you have the customers that you are looking for. But it can only happen if you have a leader or a government that cares about its people. Sometimes it might happen that you don't need a lot of things. You don't even need a finance. You just need that point of contact, that connection to say, we can connect you. This is what you need, because private companies have a way of doing things, especially in many countries, and it won't be easy for them to accept your product just like that, unless maybe if they want to prove to the government that they are supporting a black person. In most cases, that's the only way you can find your product in their shelves, or you can find your product in their companies. So it's not happening all the time. But what we need, these leaders should love their people. They have to understand that the problem solvers are not out there, but the problem solvers are within the country. So you have to support those people. That is why I'm not fighting to work for a certain company, or I'm not fighting to become a director of another company. In other words, I'm fighting for people, for our people to start their own thing, not to be desperate to say these companies are not hiring us, these companies are doing this and that. We have to start from the scratch. You have to start your own thing that will employ people, that will solve a certain problem in our communities or in our society. But in order for that to happen successfully, you need the government, because when it comes to most of the things like tires and many others, you need licensing. In other words, there has to be a procedure that you have to go through, or the procedure that you have to follow when it comes to safety and security and the standard trademarks and all those things, so that your product can be converted into a business. What I like about Ibrahim Traore, he's not there maybe to finance each and every individual, each and every person, but I believe that if you are a young person and you are living in Burkina Faso and you have an idea, and I believe that even if your idea can fail several times, but you have someone who is ready to listen. This is what I believe. But as I come to the end of this video, I just want to say, young people, even if you are old, if you have an idea, if you have a plan, don't go around telling people. Right now is the time to solve our problems here in Africa. Don't expect these companies to employ you. Yes, at the end of the day, we can not all become entrepreneurs, but we have to focus on solving our problems. That's the most important thing. And then at the end of the day, you should not go around telling people about your ideas and so forth and so forth, because many ideas, or some ideas, have been stolen. Some ideas have been stolen, and those people have converted those ideas into multi-billion companies. So you should not go around telling people your ideas. You have to learn about how to patent your idea, the trademarks, how to protect. You have to know more about the disclosure agreement and all those things, because at the end of the day, we want to make sure that we use our creativity, or our creativity works for us. And I just want to say, this young man has done something which all of us should dream of. In other words, we have to learn from this young man. It's not always easy. As I've said, behind every success, the genuine one, in other words, the genuine success, there's hiccups, stress, failures, and etc.